we're going to be let's playing another underrated gem for the various systems. This is the graphic adventure of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, not to be confused with the action game, which was released the same year for all the same consoles and also NES and Master System and stuff.
So is this the first game, or is it the last game of all time?
Well, it's actually interesting you should say that, because it is actually the third game to use the Scum system, which is the LucasArts adventure. See how I licked it?
No, I don't.
It's Ron Gilbert, we like him, don't we?
So these are, we know all these people. These people were clearly successful after this game came out.
I recognise him.
Martin Sheen, Kevin MacLeod.
So the intro to this game is basically the intro to the film, Young Indy.
Yeah.
You've seen the film. Right?
Where he's climbing through the things.
Yeah, and that's all it deals with, and then it just jumps straight into the game. Just skip straight ahead.
That's pretty brief. That's pretty brief.
Skip straight ahead to the college. And then Indy just shows up any second now. And what's interesting is it doesn't address why he is wet at all. So it's clearly meant to supplement the film in a way.
Right.
And you can make the same decisions that he makes in the film, but you can also find different solutions as well, which is one of the reasons why I like this game. It's because it's kind of like an alternate timeline version of the game, as opposed to just like a straight up.
Can you die at the beginning of the game and the rest of the movie takes place with like Indiana Jones being alive?
Yes, that's actually the DLC.
The dead version. Everything goes to hell.
You just play as Sheila Booth instead.
And the university's on fire.
Sheila Booth. So immediately change to your professor clothes.
So it's a classic adventure style...
point and click with an N. I should explain this part. You can see the IQ there in the top right. I'm showing it off. Episode and series. Episode is your current game, and series is accounts completed games.
Right.
And for finding different solutions to different puzzles, you get different points. And this is the first LucasArts game that actually incorporated that. It's similar to Sierra games.
Right.
They do something like that, except this actually carried it over, so it would give you replay value.
So it's kind of like a new game plus functionality.
Yeah, so there's like a total of 800 points, and I'm going to attempt to showcase all 800 points.
How long will that take?
Not really.
Like 4 years.
I'll just save before different
Is it like one IQ point for one small thing, or like huge storyline?
You get like 10 a chunk. So you can practice boxing, which is like a fighting thing that occurs throughout the game, right at the beginning. Is it
a text-based fight?
No.
Put him up, chap.
It is actually horrible.
I will punch you.
You can see there's punch power and health, and it's not really very easy to do. Each number key is mapped to a different function.
Right.
3, 6, and 9 are like low punch, medium punch, and high punch. And then 1, 4, and 7 are back away. And those are all just the same amount, back away.
Those are some incredible controls.
And then 2, 5, and 8 are blocks. Essentially, what I do is I just press 1 and 8, 1 and 8, so I keep backing away and punching him. And it seems to work out pretty well.
Indiana Jones is quite a fighter. I don't get why they didn't use these controls for something like Mortal Kombat. Those are some incredible controls.
They're so fiddly. I think it would have been better with a number pad, but I was playing this on my laptop. So.
What system did this come out for?
Came out for DOS, Amiga, Atari ST, and Macintosh, which I didn't read from my notes.
Didn't one of those systems have one of those number pad things?
I'm pretty sure.
So I guess it could have made sense there.
Pad, not just along the top.
Yeah.
So it won't let you talk to any of the students because of that restraining order that Indy got. You can talk to Marcus though, and then you can do something sneaky here, but
you just whisper in his ear.
I don't want to point it out because the payoff is a bit later.
Hey Marcus, hello.
But you talk to him about a statue.
You go into a back room.
Yeah. I'm just gonna let you guys read this bit.
Indiana Jones moves his head a lot. He nods a lot.
Yeah.
Is that just because graphics, or is that character? He's
Well, they didn't have much facial graphics, so.
Oh, that's a good point.
This game does incorporate the kind of similar sort of Monkey Island-esque sort of humorous conversation.
Yeah.
Even though that wouldn't necessarily fit exactly into the movie, it's kind of its own thing, as I mentioned before with the alternate timeline thing.
Mm.
So essentially, for those who can't read, Indy is talking about this kind of wannabe archaeologist teacher that they've hired, and he's like, oh, I don't think much about him. And this is actually important, so I just want to highlight that. It's important in an optional way.
Right.
It's a possible puzzle solution.
Oh. IQ points.
IQ points. And that actually stands for Indie Quotient.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they rename the entire system to stand for Indie?
Yeah.
That's
I can't
insane.
remember what I was doing here. I was just stood there for some reason. He's just admiring
his
stuff.
own work.
Yep.
Look at I'm incredible.
I tried to open it, but that wasn't.
Look at him. He looks like he's hitting his head against the glass.
He is.
Why can't I go back?
I don't understand force field. Treasure. Must treasure get.
He doesn't understand keys. He just breaks into things. That's why he's a Tomb Raider.
So this is his office, and you remember this bit from the film.
Yeah.
There's two different ways to deal with this solution. To deal with this puzzle, rather.
Mm-hmm.
You can do. You remember? I don't know how recently you've seen the film, so you
A while ago.
in the knowledge.
A lot of red-headed kids in this class. Just saying. There's an English guard on the left.
So essentially, what he does is he gets them in the film. He gets them to like fill out their names and stuff, and then he says, "I'll get with you in a bit." And he goes to his office, jumps out the window.
Right.
You remember that? But there's actually two different ways you can do it. But you can be sneaky here. You can do that, and then later on, you can circle back around, and you can come and deal with the puzzle the other way, so you can get all of the IQ points.
Oh.
So I do that.
So it's not really like a lost. Are there many lost
Not
like
really.
chances at points?
Yeah, you can't get them all in one go.
Yeah.
I just tried to turn on a student there. They said, "Dr. Jones, hands off."
That's amazing. That's smart. Did you say try to turn him off as well?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Turn off, turn on, turn off.
No turning your student.
So I was just kind of playing around trying to get funny reactions from students.
Why aren't their arms tired yet?
Because
There's literally 2 frames of animation in this room.
they're out doing archaeology class, so they used to like digging and stuff. That's the canon answer anyway. I probably shouldn't have like dallied here quite so much.
Their arms must be
Here's
tired
the
by now.
way. I think no, I was just showing you dialogue options.
Did you know that DOS could only handle 2 frames of animation? And that was it. Everything is just a cycle of 2 frames.
Okay, so I'm doing the movie solution here, where I'm like, please relax, everyone calm down.
Okay. So is it kind of like you're taking... Yeah, I guess. Is there like a peaceful option and a violent option?
Yeah.
Like you can just kill everyone in the class and solve...
moral like compass option. This different ending. He won't go back out there with the students there. There's actually loads of references here to LucasArts video games, and I believe I look at them all.
Uh-huh.
I open my notepad here. I can talk you through them. That is a totem from Sam and Max, and underneath it is a stone tablet from Zach McCracken, which I forgot to look at. I believe that mask is from Zach McCracken too. It's like an African mask. I haven't actually played Zach McCracken, so I got this off the internet. Crystal Shard, Zach McCracken. These you might get. Replicas of the Sankara stones from Temple of Doom.
No.
There's one for the indie fans.
That's
Okay, what about this one? Can you get this one? It's a statue of a 1,000-year-old falcon.
Is it the 1,000-year-old Falcon movie? Good movie. It was a bird, but it couldn't fly. It was just on the floor like, help me.
The map drawn with crayons is also from Zach McCracken, because I love that game. The 1,000-year-old falcon was Millennium Falcon from Star Wars.
Oh.
And that meteor is from Maniac Mansion. And also, the Indian statue and the skull in the bottom right were actually reused in the sequel to this game, Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. And he also won a medal in the boxing tournament, but I don't know why I was looking at that.
So do you get like different endings depending on what you've done throughout the game? Like your indie points?
No.
Or is it just one
go.
canon ending?
Well, you can make different choices. Don't leave me.
I had to go. I was going to get pizza.
So you have to pick up all the junk mail and stuff to find the package underneath here. I believe the game is impossible to complete if you don't collect that package, but I think you can go back to get it.
No, once you leave this room, you're stuck. You got to restart the game.
There's some stuff that let you do optional things later on that you can't go back and get. You can see here, I'm showing off that we've got 5 IQ points from solving that puzzle. You actually get 10 for doing it the other way.
Right.
So it kind of rewards thinking outside the box in the movie.
So when it said Series 5, does that mean that's the total amount of points you can get?
Series 5 is the total that... So if I'd started a new game, it would take into account ones that I'd previously gone.
Oh, so the series is the total amount you've collected over all your save games.
Yeah. Oh, this is when he goes to see Walter Donovan. Remember it from the movie. Tie-ins.
I literally haven't seen this movie in ages.
Video games. This is actually a pretty decent movie video game tie-in.
Did they get the DeLorean yet?
Yes.
Good.
This is about to happen.
A very fancy house.
The beginning of this is quite context heavy. Is that the word I'm looking for? There's a word for it.
Is this New York?
This is interesting. This bit here.
Because New York has literally 3 buildings in the background.
This bit with the tablet. You don't actually have to do anything here, but in the original release of this game, it was on floppy disk, and there was actually a DRM thing integrated into it where you had to translate something from the box. So the box would tell you how to do it. And after 3 attempts, the game would lock you out of the rest of the game. You could only explore the college. Yeah.
That's smart.
But it's not in this.
So they kind of MGS kind of took that as well.
Did MGS have...
Well, it had the codec call on the back of the box.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. It's actually pretty close.
That's like cute DRM. Not like modern day DRM where people get upset about it.
It's kind of more like the Batman thing where if you pirated it, the gliding cape was didn't work. So it makes it pretty impossible.
So is this... So the game does just follow the story of the movie?
Yeah, essentially. Although there are some key differences where a puzzle has been introduced where there wasn't actually a puzzle.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But the plot is the same. You have to go and find the Grail, and your dad's gone missing.
That crazy dad.
In Venice, Italy. And you're like, what are we going to do? So the plot is very similar.
I love the art in the game. The art's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not as bad as I was expecting, really.
Yeah. I was expecting 8 bits of graphics, literally 8 cubes, and that was it.
No, it's not in this game.
Don't let Nintendo hear you say that.
Indiana Jones action game for NES. And they released another one for NES in 1991.
Right.
And then they also released a collection, a side-scrolling one, similar to Super Star Wars, which included Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. These are just facts. I just spat them.
Look at that shading. That's some nice shadows.
For sale. So it's got funny things you can look at. And they're not always hilarious, but LucasArts adventure games.
You almost completely walked. That's a urinal in the middle of the hallway.
It's funny you should say that because I'm gonna drink out of it. Oh yeah.
Why is it? What?
Well, what
is he getting in his hand?
He didn't even bend down.
No. He does that thing where he puts his thumb over it and then hits it really hard and it just goes everywhere.
A cool kid.
Yeah. Indiana Jones doesn't mess around.
I'm kind of sad you can't talk to students and have student banter or hit on ladies. You don't get to hit on ladies until at least the next video. The next update.
It's way too long.
And even then you don't get to manually select how to hit on ladies. Indie just has an automatic indie
smooth indie
mode. So you go in here and as soon as they're still upset, and you can solve this the second way, which is a bit sneaky. Because you don't have to come back in for the front entrance, you can just use the window the entire time.
Right.
But you can use the advice, well not the advice, the facts you got from Marcus earlier about the wannabe professor. Because all of the other archaeology professors are full. So he says, hey, check out this guy.
Right.
That I learned about by doing correct dialogue choices with Marcus.
Right.
And you get to go back in here.
So you're basically screwing over your students by sending them to the new teacher.
And screwing over the wannabe archaeologist.
Oh, well, Indiana Jones is a nice guy.
Killing 2 birds. 1 stone. And here I was trying to flirt with Irene, but she won't even talk to me. Talk isn't an option.
You should have used the give package option.
Yeah, I did actually forget during this playthrough to open the package immediately. I actually don't open the package until much later. But I can confirm that, along with the movie, it is your dad's grail thing.
You should have showed her your package.
So now you're back from Donovan's place, you actually have the travel option.
Right.
And you can go straight to Venice from here, but you can go to Henry's house first, which is the name of your dad.
Right. Yeah. Sean Connery.
And you find it in a ring, and you're like, what is going on?
So the lions escaped from the train. They've gone around and just ruined houses.
I was looking at that plant because I got it mixed up with this other plant, but I don't look at that plant yet.
That's a nice carpet. It really brings the room together.
Because this plant is a reference. Chuck the Plant, which is from Day of the Tentacle. There's a little fact nugget for you.
Fact nugget.
I'll throw it at your face. I believe there's an obscure item pickup here that is really hard to find. With
Is
this
it basically
bookcase, you have to... There's no indication that you should pull it down.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is an optional puzzle solution, so you don't have to do it. It's not like Sierra, they're screwing you over. But check this out. Look at that tiny little pixel on the bookcase. That's what you need.
Oh my god!
Pick that up. It's just some sellotape.
So it's basically like pixel hunting. This does this happen a lot or not?
Well, it's funny you should say that because I've recorded most of the next update already, and there is a horrendous pixel hunting section.
Oh my god!
Including one bit where I got confused, and it wasn't even the correct screen, which was pretty bad.
Do you need to do that to progress in the story, or is that just bonus side things?
Bonus, yeah.
Right.
You don't need any of those things that I was hunting for, but Indy is reluctant to go through his dad's underwear.
You never know what you find.
I don't know. I don't think it's that bad. You know, me and my dad swap underwear all the time. Call it underwear swapping.
Pants day. It's just a Tuesday we get together, swap some pants.
Every second Tuesday of the month, we wear each other's pants from the day before. It's a tradition.
Yeah, sometimes traditions aren't good.
Oh, I just picked up a painting that I think Indy did for his dad.
Right.
I wasn't paying attention, so that comes in handy later, I believe. And I think it's when I come back here that I get obsessed with these. You see, you have to do something really obscure here again, but this is all optional, so it's kind of this is kind of screwy, but also you have to, with this jar of acid, you can't touch it with your hands because I think I try. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's too dangerous because you don't want to clean things by accident. So you have to use the sticky tape with the jar. I don't even know what this does really. I guess you dip it in and then pick out a key.
Maybe you wrap it around and then pick it up and pour it out. I don't know.
So then you have to.
He covers his hand in sticky tape, puts his hand in, doesn't burn off, just burns tape. Safe, perfect.
Barnacle fighter. Here's an obscure thing again that you probably wouldn't think to do during your first playthrough. You have to pick up the pot, put it down, pull the tablecloth off, and it was a chest there.
How are you meant to know any of this?
Well, this is all for bonus stuff when you're hunting for them, I guess. So that's where the key goes in there. Because for some reason, Indy put the key to that chest under there, and it's an old book.
He put the key in a jar of acid.
Yes, and it's a diary that he wrote to look like his dad's Grail diary. So essentially, it's a fake Grail diary item.
Right.
You don't need this, but
okay.
You can use it later.
There's nothing in here but an old egg.
I really want him to get a sandwich or something, but he just wouldn't have any of it. I'm really
Indy likes having a light stomach.
I'm really waiting for a point-and-click game where you can just pick up snacks and it has no bearing on any gameplay. You can just eat them.
Your character gets gradually fatter as you play.
Basically, Shenmue. I was really upset in Shenmue that you could buy as much chocolate and crisp as you wanted, but you never ate them. But you could buy soda drinks, and he would just drink the soda He would just sit there for like a minute and he'd go like... and he did it in like 2 goes.
He's a fast drinker.
This is the end. We're about to go to Venice.
So you can just immediately get a plane from the university?
Yeah, it comes down. It's private. Walter Donovan's rich now, you know. 15 IQ points so far.
So this hint line, is that like a legit hint line?
It was, but I don't think it works anymore. I haven't tried it. Anyone could try it if they want, I guess. Let me know what happens.
We can see if we can get them online.
Star Wars.
That did they just have that line from like another game and then just carried it over?